Hi, my friends. Long time no see you. I wanted to bring you into my world and share what I have been experiencing. There's so many realizations and insights that I want to share. And right now, I am in Russia, back home in my mom's, where I grew up, my mom's apartment, and it's about 9 p.m. At night, and a neighbor decided to do some remodeling, I guess, and it's perfect for me to record the video right now. Um, just to take you into my world. It's been 6 months and a week that I've been on the juices only, and it's been a week and a half, maybe about 2 weeks that I've been recording a couple of videos. You wanted to check it out. I've been consciously diving into the eating and um, eating experience again in order to relive it with a different point of view, with different insights, with a different me, and consciously relive it again. The reason being, I've been going, and I mentioned before in last videos, but I just gonna repeat it myself very quickly, and just to bring what's going on. I've been working and doing the course with my ancestors, with reconnecting with my ancestors. It's been a very powerful course. There's so many practices, and through that practices, I've realized that I've been neglecting some patterns, and there's some core addictive patterns that I have been avoiding still, even being on the juices. One of them I have realized, it's been 6 months I've been going strong on the juices, and I realized that one of the things, there were some desires during that 6 months that I have neglected, and I just used my willpower and used and restricted myself. And one of the patterns was I was not trusting myself to stop eating. So I said to myself, I thought, like, I want some, like, it was something, I don't remember, a soup or something that I desired. And I said, if I start eating again, I don't trust myself that I will stop. I will continue again and will continue to build up the habit of eating again. I was afraid because I decided I'm moving toward the journey of autonomy, a freedom from addictions, freedom from attachment to food. So my desire is to be free, sovereign. So within that, I have realized that was a restriction. That was a restriction that I placed, and I've looked at my desire. My ultimate desire is being free of addictive patterns, being free, just free. If I desire to eat, I will eat, and I will trust myself that I will not start again, or there will be no fear or no attachment to the fear, no attachment whatsoever. Just complete freedom, sovereignty, and autonomy. That's what autonomy for me. As soon as I realized that, I decided to consciously go into eating. And I said, this time I will relieve it, I will eat, and I will make another choice, and I will see and I will explore it, because there was still fear playing out, and just wanted to face it. I wanted to face it, wanted to go for it. Um, that experience was not pretty because I went directly into the eating and I ate and I chose not to stop because at that moment the fear and me being not capable of stopping was seemed larger than me. And I remember it was 2 or 3 days that I have been placing food inside of myself and not stopping. I was stopping into, and I stopped when my stomach hurt. And I remember, and can you imagine, I've been 6 months with no food. And comparatively, I ate quite a lot comparatively to just me not eating and started eating again. So I ate till my stomach hurt. And I, next day, I ate again till my stomach hurt. So I did not stop. And I remember it was 2 days, I think on the second day in the evening, my body and I was in such an uncomfortable state, such in pain that I was on the floor feeling like this addiction is larger than me and I'm not at that moment. I was not feeling that I'm able or capable to overcome it or just face it and just deal with it. And I remember that moment I was on the floor just praying God, just praying to the higher self, to God, to universe, to the higher powers, saying that I feel that this is larger than me and I want help. I ask for help, for guidance. And I remember it was pain, uncomfortability. I was throwing up. I was throwing up and eating for a couple of days, and I realized I've hit the bottom of just that pattern of addiction. And at that moment, I was I kind of like didn't care. I did not know what's gonna happen, but I was just giving in all myself to the higher power. I didn't care what's gonna happen and asking and just was willing to give everything for just in order to be helped. That was one of the next day my prayers and was was answered. The next day I felt much better. I um, drank juices. Um, and I felt that the next time I ate, I just, I believe I ate next 2 days, just like a couple of nuts or something. I felt strength and I was so grateful that I received and gained a belief, I would say, that I've had strength and I can stop. I am supported. I made some notes now, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna read if I just wanted to convey and just tell you everything that has been going on. So I realized that the next thing that I've realized while I was eating, where I continued eating just a little bit, and it was no other like continuous days that I would eat till my stomach hurts. I felt like I relived it and I made another choice. The next thing I realized is I was in Moscow, my mom was in my city, and I said, okay, I have a couple of days till I can allow myself, till I will choose to allow myself to eat, and then when I get home, I'll stop. So as soon as I realized, I placed a restriction on myself, okay, and because when I said that, like, okay, I am gonna eat for a couple of more days until this, and I will stop. I realized that I placed a restriction on myself, and my commitment to myself is to have no restriction. And no restriction, no limitation, and I recognize when I place the restriction, it's not the same, it's actually opposite of moving to freedom of what my desired outcome. I was moving away rather than moving toward. And my commitment is to move towards freedom. And I said to myself, I can have everything. I allow myself, because that I realized that was the key for me. I desire to be in a place where I can have absolutely everything, and my choice is just not eating because of I desire not to eat. I desire to just choose something else instead of I am moving away from eating. And I just completely was repeating myself, I can have everything. And within that, the choice is mine. If you have a piece of chocolate in front of you and you're eating, you're choosing something else, or you're choosing not to eat that because you have no restriction, you can have, absolutely, you can have that chocolate, and you're choosing not to eat it. This is different than there's a piece of chocolate, you want it, and you choose not to eat it because you have a restriction. So that's the second opportunity that I explored with eating again. I was just going to the stores, going to the restaurants, and saying, I can have everything. I'm allowing myself to have everything. And I just explored. The third thing that I have experienced, this is just very interesting. I've mentioned in the previous videos that I had patterns before when I was a child. I was hiding myself because I was ashamed how much I was eating. And I would come home, buy something on the way in the store, and hide because I would eat at school, eat something on my way, and come home and eat again. And just on my way to school, I will buy something and I will just hide it. Um, and after I would eat, I would um, get something from like my drawer, my hiding place to eat again. So that's how much I was so embarrassed to show my parents or someone that I'm eating. There was mostly it was sweets and just something. So I was continuously eating. During my school, I was ashamed that I was of how much I was eating. So that surfaced while I was experiencing and exploring. It's been maybe on the day fourth that it's came up for me. So I chose to. I remember why it came up because I remember I was already home in my hometown with my mom, and I remember I chose to leave home so she won't see me because I was drinking juices at home. I chose to um, go and eat in a place, and I caught myself that I've been hiding, and I've been reliving and replaying the same pattern because I would choose deliberately to go to another place and just enjoy and just eat. But when I would get home, I would just drinking juices. So as soon as I caught myself, and I called my mom and I said, "Mom," because I've been on the juices, and she knew that, and of course she wanted me to. She was happy that if she would see myself eating again because she's in a world of well, not well. She's she wants me to eat. She would be happy. She was just happy. So I called my mom and I said, it was just for me, Mom. And I told everything that I ate. It was a lot. I ate this, I ate that, I ate that. But I did it for myself because I was so ashamed to just acknowledge that I was not eating at home. But as soon as I leave home, I would go and eat. Um, the next step, I ate in front of her just for myself. So right now I am continuing exploring. There's still I'm still eating and exploring everything that it's there for me. It is not comfortable at times because sometimes I would go on the edge and overeat, and I'm just exploring that consciously and just reliving and healing those patterns and consciously recognizing what is it that I am chasing with the food, what is it that I'm feeling that I'm having a lack of, and chasing that state and a feeling. I'm still in exploration of that, and I will keep you updated. And I just wanted to share that one of my main reasons that I'm doing and diving into the experience because my desire in this journey is liberation, sovereignty, freedom, and autonomy. And there's a fundamental difference between moving toward direction of freedom, sovereignty, or anything that you're moving toward, and moving away from, for example, moving away from scarcity, restrictions, dependence, etc. So I invite you, if you catch yourself that there's a patterns of you that you are avoiding something, neglecting and moving away from, rather than moving towards something, have that awareness and just trust yourself to go for it and relive it, or have an awareness of that and make another choice. So what is helping me is having in a choosing two states of being. For me, it's freedom and sovereignty. That's what I'm moving toward, and checking in myself every time I'm making a choice. Am I moving toward, or that sovereignty? Is that choice is a step closer to the sovereignty and freedom and liberation? Or am I moving away from opposite of that, scarcity, any restrictions, etc., and making another choice? If there's a choice that you're making constantly and you going into that experience, make another choice. Make a choice that you haven't made before. I love you, and I will keep you updated.